Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Yes, there's a reason why I'm doing this from bed. It started raining yesterday. Last evening. Yeah, it just all of a sudden started coming down. And it has been going all night. And it still is this morning. Pretty good. A good rain like this would definitely be flooding Vegas right now. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, I'm not going out for my walk. I'm even gonna skip my yoga because I am feeling a bit. I don't want to say a bit raunchy, but it's just not. It's like, I'm PMSing, and I am just cramping like crazy. And yeah, I'm bloating too, and it's driving me nuts. Stretches would help me. I don't know, maybe a little bit later. But I've also got some things I needed to see about getting taken care of. Well, I had the whole house to myself this morning. Like for instance, I need to make my. I've been wanting, to make those chocolate no-bake cookies, but they need about an hour time to be able to set in the fridge. And unfortunately, with having everybody in the house, everybody's constantly going into the refrigerator. Yeah, it makes it a little bit difficult it basically winds up disturbing everybody. So I'm like, no, let's just go ahead and I need to get those taken care of today. It's either that or bake something. So, but I'm like, I bought everything for the no bakes, so let's just go ahead and do that. And I also need to get laundry done desperately. I've got nothing for me to be able to go back to work tomorrow. Speaking of work, I took the day off yesterday. I had 8 hours of sick leave, and it's my understanding as long as I use sick leave, I don't have an occurrence happen against me. But I don't know what happened, but, well, I know what happened. I didn't get much sleep Saturday night, so I was tired, and then I was busy all day on Sunday with work, kind of steady. And then a little bit wound up when I got home. Couldn't fall asleep right away, and I still had to wait until at least 10 o'clock before I could take my nighttime shot anyway. It's better to stay on schedule. And, of course, in the process, I wound up not really getting a whole lot in the way of sleep Sunday night, if anything. Yeah, I died Sunday night to the point where we were both curled up together. I didn't know it. She was curled up in the little nook, I guess you could say, little crook that I had there in my sleeping position. And then when my alarm went off on my phone, it was just like, oh, okay. And she went flying, and I kind of went flying also. But when I got back home from my walk yesterday morning, man, yeah, I wanted to curl up and die. I was so exhausted. I'm like, oh, gosh. But I dragged myself up. I'm like, come on, let's get going. Get to work. You can do this, blah, blah, blah. And went downstairs, cooked. Of course, got her some breakfast as well. And after everything was said and done, at least with eating and cooking and so forth and everything, I only had an hour left. I still needed to get a shower, which I had already done resolved. If I was going to go into work, I wasn't going to get a shower. I was just going to clean up a little bit and then throw my clothes on and go. But I still needed to pack my lunch and also clean out the kitchen. And I had only an hour to do all this. And still calling for an Uber. And I'm just saying, every time I would think about calling for that Uber at 12:30, I kept getting that pushback feeling that I get, telling me, no, don't do it. And I'm like, no, push through it, and just go. and get to work and everything. And every time I was thinking about being at work, I was really getting that pushback feeling of don't do it. And it was more than me knowing that with it being a Monday, it's going to be dead as a doornail, because everything comes to a screeching halt. So it's like there with here, it's busy on the weekend, of course, but then once it comes to during the week, it's like dead, totally dead. And I'm like, no, let's just call in. So I found something on the app on my phone that we use to, like check for our pay slips. There's some things that we can do through there, and one of them is calling out without having to actually call out. So, and I was able to tell it to use my sick leave and so on and so forth. So I realized I really wanted to save that for when I really need it in case I wind up not walking away or whatever. But I'm like, no, I'm walking away one way or another. It's going to happen. I'll take so, but I did get everything taken care of and so forth. Even rearranged the kitchen a little bit so I can reach things without having to use that rickety ladder they have. They have this really old step ladder. I mean, really old, and that thing is just not stable. And I'm just every time I have to climb up that thing, and then on top of it, I'm handling their glassware, their glass storage containers, and it's like, oh, I'm so afraid that I'm going to wind up breaking them. And I'm like, you know what? There's these mini loaf pans that are hardly ever used. And it's like, and you've got that space up there in the cabinets that's, like right behind where the divider is, between the two doors. So I'm like, let's take those and put those there. That makes a lot more sense because there's a glass dish that's used by all of us on a constant basis. Let's switch those two. It makes a hell of a lot more sense. Because who cares about the mini loaf pans, They're basically not ceramic. They are breakable. Okay, they're not glass. I can't think of what that's called. Not a hard plastic or anything. They're really. It's not ceramic. Clay, hardened clay, basically. I would love to try them. I think that would be really, really cool, personally. Just like used to have, like we've been using since the dawn of time, basically, as far as, baking bread or whatever to help keep its shape or whatever. So, yeah, I would love to try those. I think they would be cool. I think there used to be a single pan and it broke over the years, so now it's broken into two. But, I don't know. Hi, how are you? And that's Possum's butt, by the way. And her tail. She's like, see my butt? See how cute my butt is? Yes, we know. You have a cute butt. Hi. She's like, yes. How you doing? I don't think everybody cares to see your butt. No? No? Oh, okay. She's so silly. She's so silly. She's so silly. Yeah, yeah. Who remembers that jingle? Who remembers that jingle from way back in the day? Actually, I don't think it was originally a jingle. I believe it was actually a song. Who can name it? Or at least the jingle. Either one. Yeah, you're so silly. Yeah, Actually, it was originally a song. It's going through my head now. So, anyway, who can name it? Who can name either one? So, anyway, uh, yeah, after everything was said and done, I did take advantage of the situation. I'll talk about that in a minute. And got something else taken care of. But I died for about 3 hours yesterday afternoon. I'd say I was tired. I needed it, and I was still tired afterwards. I'm like, yeah, I needed some sleep. Desperately needed to get caught up on some sleep. I'm not that young spring chicken anymore. I'm not trying to use that as an excuse or anything. But, I'm also borderline menopause, and it's just, and let's face it, and I've been through 2 false menopauses. And I'm just, and my periods are just getting horrendous. More, especially the PMS, is getting more and more horrendous. And it's so freaking exhausting. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I always had bad periods, always had bad PMS. But this is really getting to be ridiculous. And I'm like, please do something. Please do anything now. I don't care at this point. Just go, just do something, Ugh, and that makes me horribly exhausted. So, but got some really good sleep last night, especially with the rain. I died and woke up this morning feeling really good, really, really good. So, yeah, oh, Mom. But anyway, thing I got taken care of yesterday actually started Sunday during my break. I went up on my phone and started researching, like used car lots, cheap car lots, anything, around here. And I came across this one that, and they're not, like one of these corner lots or whatever. It's a legit dealership. And they offer something called Fresh Start Program. And I'm like, okay. But I'm also looking at my credit scores now, because I'm getting all these hits, these hard hits, basically, against my credit. And, of course, it's starting to affect my credit score. And it wasn't all that great to begin with. And I'm just like, oh, gosh. But I went ahead, I really debated it, and I'm like, let's give them a call. Just getting that feeling. Call them. And they have like 3 different locations. Of course, I have no idea where any of these places are, so I selected one that sounded familiar. There could have been one that's closer or whatever, but I have no freaking idea. I'm like, yeah, I just was like, all right, I'm already on the phone. Follow your gut. What does your gut tell you? This option. So I selected that one. And I got this guy, and he transferred me over to somebody who works directly in that program. And I talked to him. And he's like, and I started asking, at least he was willing to talk to me, explain to him the situation, and I told him my concerns, because he was like, I'll have to send you an application. We are going to need such and such. We need hard copies, not screenshots, so on and so forth. And asking him questions, and explaining to him my concerns, and so on and so forth. He was straightforward and honest. And he was willing to talk to me. And unlike other places where it's like, they find out, even though I tell them ahead of time I have shitty credit, they don't care. They still go forward with the process. And then once they find out, oh, you do have shitty credit, it's like, yeah, I told you that. Oh, well, you're going to need such and such down payment or a strong cosigner. I'm like, okay, this is what the amount of money I have. No, I am not doing a cosigner. Oh, you mean right now? No, not ever. It's not happening. So, no, I don't agree with it. But I was straight up and honest with the guy, that I was talking to and so forth. And he's like, okay. And he was honest with me. And it's like, okay, let's, so he sent me the application. He's like, there's no pressure here. Think about it and make it, and then decide. Well, by that point, I was dead exhausted. And I still need to clean up the kitchen and brush my teeth, all that sort of stuff. So, and I wound up rearranging the kitchen a little bit. Angie came home at about that time. She's been slow at work. It's like, that's all you people there in the medical field have been screaming at us for years. We need to take better care of ourselves. Now we're taking better care of ourselves, and look what's happening. You're slowly getting put out of a job here. She just laughs. But there'll always be some people who need medical care, no matter what. So, but anyway, so yeah, that's I curled up. I died for about, like I said, about 3 hours, something like that. And when I woke up, I'm like, I'll admit I was a little bit wishy-washy. Some of that old me of the wishy-washiness, indecisiveness was starting to filter through. And I'm like, no, do it. Who gives a fuck? Credit's ruined anyway. Let's see if we can do it. It's like, all right. So I filled it out, sent it over to him. Pretty much got right with me. Like what I'd say about 30 minutes, maybe an hour or something like that. I don't know. I was downstairs getting myself some dinner going by that point. But anyway, excuse me. He reached back out to me and telling me that he needed what sort of documentation that he needed, and it's like, okay, yeah. As far as, so I got that back over to him. Basically, he needed hard copy of my pay stub, not a screenshot. It's something like an actual PDF or the actual one itself. If I could run it down there or whatever. But he sent me the email for that, and he said that basically, they actually talk to the banks or what have you. It isn't just a matter of plugging in information and, like he put it, take your information, throw it up against a wall and see what sticks. It isn't that sort of a situation. They actually do talk to the banks or what have you. And I did follow up with leaving him a voicemail, letting him know that I sent it over, and to let me know if they needed anything else. And I did tell him that as far as the reason why my credit is so shitty right now, I can send him that documentation as well. I have no problems having my medical records sent over to prove that, hey, look, I have been sick the last couple of years. This isn't bullshit, okay? So, even though nobody gives a shit these days, oh, you have shitty credit, it's your own damn fault, basically. Well, shit happens. Yeah. So, it's gonna happen. Well, but even if you have the best preparation or whatever, you're gonna take a hit. So, anywho, it's kind of where we're at right now. As far as my driver's license is concerned, I know I wanted to see about I was going to see about going to do that today, but, of course I have to take an Uber, and with the rain, I don't really feel like standing out in the rain, waiting for an Uber to show up, but, at the same point, I also have to get this other stuff done this morning, so I don't know, maybe this afternoon, I'll see where we're at with everything. Oh, hi. What, you want to see? Oh, sorry, folks. There she is. There's the pretty girl. I know. She's so famous. Well, of course she is. She's Miss America. Mm-hmm. Yep. I know. She's like, please, no more video cameras in my face. Please, no paparazzi either. No more questions. I can't handle the strain of fame. No, no more. I don't want to talk about my past anymore. I just want to curl up here with my mommy. She's so beautiful. I know. Miss Sassy. She's getting to be sassier and sassier as she's getting older. And that's another thing too. She's same age, getting to almost the same age as her brother. And I swear I had a bunny when I first got her, and I swear they are so much alike. And, well, anyway, I was going to say that I swear that he jumped inside of her when he passed away. Because I know we were close, and he wasn't ready to leave. But, yeah, I know. And I realized that she picked up some of his personality during those few months that they were together. But I also see certain things where I know full well that he definitely jumped inside of her when he passed away. Yeah, I know that. And I see that as she's getting to be his age, she's getting to be just as sassy as what he was at the same age. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm a sassy butt. And I love it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anyway, another thing happened yesterday. Something came in the mail. Ta-da! Yep. Should recognize that star. My subpoena. So, and I got thinking about that with my driver's license. I can use that as official mail, even though they keep spelling my name wrong. It's still official mail coming to me in my name with my address. So I have no problems with using it as official documentation, just in case my other stuff that I've been getting, from work doesn't fly, so I can get my real ID. I did look, and because I remembered that there were some DMVs around here where you could get your driver's license right on the spot, but I wasn't too sure about the real ID. No. So that's going to have to be sent to me. I have no idea if I'd be able to get it in time. I did call and left a voicemail with the process server to see if she has gotten any information from the DA yet. Keep that ball rolling. So, yeah. But as far as going and getting my ID today, not entirely too sure if that's going to happen or not. It's like, yeah, I mean, I realize there's no reason with the rain or whatever. And I don't know what sort of lines they may have. I know that, you can just show up. Unlike, unfortunately, back there's only one day a week where you can do that. But then the line is a mile long. Actually, more like 2 miles long. And you stand outside all freaking day waiting to just get into the fucking building. And that doesn't matter what the location is there. So, yeah, you have to make an appointment. Here you can make an appointment, but no, you can just show up and be seen that same day. So, yeah, I'd much rather just go ahead and do that. So, yeah, I'm just not entirely too sure if I'll be going today or not. Because at the same point, I don't know what sort of... First of all, if it winds up being a line situation, how long is that line going to be? Is it out the door? Am I going to have to stand out in the rain? And now I've wasted money taking an Uber going down there. Right. So that's why I'm like, let's just play this by ear. Maybe Angie might come home a little bit early. I know Rick will be getting home at around 2:30, but he's also got to make sure he's here to meet their son when he gets off the bus. He can't be left home alone. So, but because he's autistic. He's 15, but he is autistic. So, yeah, he can't be left home alone. So, and Megan, their daughter, doesn't get home until after he gets home. So, as he goes to special school. So, but yeah, it's just, I'm just going to play it by ear and see what happens or whatever. The way I look at it, push comes to shove, if I still feel, okay, let's go ahead and go, by that point, Megan will be home, and he can see about running me down there. Yeah, I'll still have a wait, but usually it's cleared out more so in the late afternoon. And I know out there, as long as you're in that line, or at least how it used to be before the line situation started or what have you, as long as you were registered, excuse me, before 5 o'clock when they closed, they had to see you. So I'm assuming it's just going to be the same here. So, but anywho, yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now with everything. I just, like I said, I don't want to run that risk of taking an Uber down there and then, oh, there's a line and I'm standing outside in the rain all fucking day. No, thank you. That's not my cup of tea. I doubt it if there would be. But then again, you never know. Yeah. Especially right now, where everybody's trying to get Real ID compliant. Yeah. Then that's what I'm concerned about. So anyway, at least I have official government mail. And as you see, it's postmarked with the date and the zip code. So I didn't just steal it from somebody or whatever. So, yep. At least they did me a favor in that respect. Even though they're the ones who... They didn't. The DMV out there fucked up my damn application. Oh, that pissed me off. So, in case you don't know, I had put in for a Real ID. When I went to renew my driver's license, I had put right on the application, and it wasn't processed that way. And I called them, and they were like, well, didn't you show the documentation? I'm like, I don't know what the process is now. That's their job, you know? I mean, yeah, I'm reading on the website, but I don't know how current that information is. Well, don't be giving me your fucking lip. Well, let me transfer you over, and I'll send an email, blah, blah, blah. Of course, I never heard... I was transferred over, I left a voicemail, of course, never heard back from anybody. It's like, whatever. Oh, it pissed me off. Royal, it pissed me off. That's why I am in no hurry to go back. In many ways, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things I miss from out there, but at the same point, there's a lot of things I don't. Yeah. Yeah. Show you guys. See how she puts her little footy there in my hand? She does that. And I do this. And she just absolutely, see how it relaxes her? She's just like, it's like a rocking thing. You know, like I'm rocking her in a rocking chair or something. Yeah. She's so silly. I know. She's always loved that for some reason. It just soothes her. Flip, 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 flip. Another reason why I don't mind doing these videos, especially with her, so I can have the memories later on. Yeah. I have all kinds of memories of all my babies. Yeah. Oh, itchy hair. Yeah. So, anyway, that's kind of where we're at right now with everything. I was just thinking, too, I should probably take the other package of chicken that I have in the freezer out and cook that up tonight, so I have that, just in case, you know, because I'm going to be eating off of what I cooked yesterday, today and tomorrow, and, so yeah, I should probably, oh, itchy, 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 I should probably take, yeah, a package of chicken out and do something with it. Not entirely too sure what. That was good chicken that I made yesterday. It's basically, I just threw something together. Basically cooked it in olive oil, you know, heated up the olive oil, did the chicken with some salt. I like to use the pink Himalayan sea salt. Cracked peppercorn. Oh, it felt so good being able to do some cracked peppercorn again for a change. I'm like, oh, but I do need to get a pepper grinder. As the ones that come with the, you know, the bottles, they're really shitty. But I definitely want to see about getting that. And I've looked on Prime. I haven't found one that I like. I know what I want, and I just I need to see about finding it. And they do have a kitchen collection store in one of the outlet malls here too, and I can always check World Market. But they're right there next door to the Whole Foods that I typically shop at, but I know we're not going to be going to that one this week. We're going to be going back to the one there in St. Paul. But anywho, oh my goodness. I'm looking for the bamboo ones, basically. And I know they sell them at Kitchen Collection. I looked up on Prime. I was shocked that I couldn't find them. The only ones I found were these ones that were Moroccan. Really, really tall and expensive. And I'm like, I don't much care if I have tile inlay or that they're painted really pretty or whatever. I'm not looking to spend $30 per grinder. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. I just want a pair of small ones. Yeah, and for whatever reason, I just couldn't find one. Couldn't find them. Or maybe I did. I don't know. I'll have to look again. Or maybe they have them now. So, but I definitely, desperately need those. Along with the marble rolling pin. That's why I really don't mind going over to Kitchen Collection. Because I know I can, you know, then that way I can see and I can get what I want. And I know I'll be able to get my marble rolling pin and marble slab there. So, but gotta have a marble slab. It's easier to be able to roll out my tortillas and pasties and so forth on it. Oh, that sounds so good. Looking forward to that. So, but anyway, yeah, because her rolling pin is terrible. She thinks that she has a marble one. I'm like, she thinks it's a black marble. I'm like, no, it's metal. Girly girl, I'm sorry. No, it's not anywhere near heavy enough near. It's definitely not stone. It's metal. Excuse me. But anyway, so, that's okay. I'll let her think what she wants. So, anyway, excuse me, need to see about getting that. But anyway, yeah, I used the pink Himalayan sea salt, cracked peppercorn, chopped up some garlic, onion, cilantro, had half of the poblano left, so I threw that in. Also had some like bits and pieces of leftovers from the other day from when I made the pork loin chops. And there's a little bit of serrano left in there, so threw that in. Cilantro, and threw in the rest of my mushrooms. Chop those up as well. So I think that's everything. So yeah, anyway, cook that. It's some olive oil that I heated up. Scrumptious. Really, really good. Cook it all up until things are a little bit brown, you know. And I would have noticed, because they have like a Teflon pan. Not very good with doing olive oil. I'm used to my skillet. So I need to see about investing in my pots and pans that I really want, so I can do dishes like that up and be able to cook it up the way I'm used to, basically. Gets a nice little golden brown, whereas with using this pan, I try and do it the golden brown, but it winds up burning, so a little bit anyway. But yeah, it's okay. I'll get the ones that I want. Looking forward to it. So, but anyway, that and side salad, if you want to call it a side salad. It's a huge plate. This time I had done some dino kale, basically, or that's what it's commonly called, but it's the formal name is lacinato kale. Romaine, spinach. I've been getting her some spinach also, and she's been enjoying that. She loves her spinach. That's something that she's picked up from. That's also another thing that she picked up from her brother. She used to dig in his greens all the time. I used to give him a mixture of two different kinds of kales and spinach, a little bit of carrots, but and I think I used to give him a little bit of romaine. I can't remember, but yeah, I used to give him that, and she used to dig out his spinach all the time and eat it. Seriously. But, you know, it's roughage, you know. There's a reason why they eat grass. Like, if they go outside, they'll go and dig in the grass and eat it, you know, because they need that for roughage, for their tummies. And I've been forgetting to get it for her, even with having the money. I've been forgetting it, and then I completely forgot to give it to her. I'm like, oh yeah, and I had brought it up for her the other day, and she woofed it down. Completely woofed it all down. And it was like, yeah, she's been needing it. So she's been a little bit more playful and rambunctious and so forth too because of it. So it's like, yeah, I know. I'm so sorry, baby. So who knows? Maybe it'll help with her ear situation too. Help clear up whatever's going on there. I have noticed that her itching hasn't been as bad. So maybe. We'll see. I'd much rather avoid having to put her through the stress of going to the vet, if at all possible. It just scares me with that pancreatitis problems that she has. So, yeah, she's been eating her spinach the last 3 mornings. So, and I gave her quite a lot yesterday morning. She woofed it all down. So, there's not a whole lot left. So, we'll just keep doing that. But I just basically put her food in the middle, and then I buy the baby spinach, and I break it up into small pieces and kind of sprinkle it around the edge. It's actually quite pretty what I do. It looks quite gourmet for her. I know, but that way she can, you know, pick through. I do that so she can pick through whichever one that she likes. So I know I could do half and then half, but anyway, this way it's prettier. It's more presentable. Whatever. I know. I just started doing it. There was no rhyme or reason for it. And it's mostly because I would forget to give it to her. It's like, oh well, I'll just sprinkle it around the edge. That's all it boils down to. So, but anyway, so, and the thing with spinach is it's predominantly water too. And as we know with cats, have a tendency not to drink enough water. So, yeah, this way she's getting her fiber. Oh, excuse me, while at the same time getting more water in her diet. So, but anyway, so yeah, that's my salads. This time I did the lacinato kale. I forgot about the rainbow kale. As far as kales are concerned, your rainbow kale is actually your best, as far as, like your roughage and your vitamins and so forth. Nutrition wise, anyway. So this next time I'll get some rainbow kale. But I did that, and I don't know why they call it rainbow kale. It's basically purple. It's still the green, like leafy. It's like the curly, the fancy kale, as far as texture is concerned. But it's purple in color. It's got a purple tint to it. That's probably the reason why they call it rainbow, because it's still green, but it has that purplish tint, sometimes red. So, but anywho. Just like cabbage. Why do they call it red cabbage when it's purple? Don't ask. Anyway, maybe it turns red if it's cooked. I don't know. I have no idea. I've never had it. So anyway, but at this time I did the lacinato. They call it dino kale because it looks like dinosaur skin, but of course, Rick, he's calling it alligator kale now. So a new name for it, alligator kale. He's so goofy. I don't mind. He's a bit of a rebel also, which is one of the reasons why we get along so well. So anyway, so I did that, and romaine, spinach, cilantro, cut carrots, baby carrots, of course. Some cracked peppercorn. That's another reason why I wanted to get some peppercorn this time. I didn't have a whole lot of black pepper left anyway, but I've been really enjoyed having my cracked peppercorn again, and I like having it on my salad. Yum, 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 yum. A little bit of the powdered cheese, the Parm Romano powdered cheese, and a little bit of croutons, which I need to get this time too. Pretty much need almost all my salad stuff. And then I went ahead and got the Whole Foods brand of the salad dressing, the one that they sell in the glass jars that they keep in the refrigerator section. That stuff is good. That's my favorite as far as the organic salad dressings are concerned. Some of the others, like Annie's, tend to taste like mayonnaise. It's like ugh. It's like, so dump mayonnaise on your freaking salad. Ugh, gross. Or even Newman's. I've had Newman's in the past, and it's just ugh. But I figure I would go ahead and do that. Then that way, also, I have a glass container. As soon as that's empty, then I can clean it out, and I can make my own salad dressing. I just have to get the stuff that I need. So, yay! Yeah, because I do like making my own salad dressing. So, but yeah, it's been really good. I really enjoyed that. So, but, anywho, yeah. Oh, I didn't just realize what time it is. So, alright. Fingers crossed I start my fucking period today. That would be nice. I'd really appreciate it. And even more fingers crossed about possibly getting a car so I don't have to go down the rental road. So, yeah. I am, and as far as of course, with not being with this job for very long, they're asking about my previous employment, and I'm just saying that I was self-employed for 7 years. They don't need to know what the hell I was doing. Unless they ask, then I can just tell them I was a freelance designer or some shit. They don't need to know that I was a rideshare delivery driver. The minute you say that, bam, they're definitely going to be doing a denial. So, or it makes it even more iffy. It makes it iffier because they don't want to deal with rideshare drivers. You're putting on all kinds of miles on the car, and then there's a huge risk that, yeah. But that's basically the direction I'm going anyway, is the freelance lifestyle. That's what I want. I like my freedom. I like my independence. And, yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. And that's what I want. So, but anywho, I should go get myself moving. Eat my cookies and everything. So, alright, I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. Mwah. Love you.